back to your question. The process, people need to make the process work, true of us. Yes, now, what was the orientation, the commitment of these persons to ensure that the process is seamless? INEC did not send thugs to disrupt election. The only problem ascribed to INEC is that after so much mouth and promises that on election day, results will be transmitted to the IREP, what we saw was that the results of the presidential election was delayed, while that of the National Assembly was transmitted. INEC told us they had glitches. Well, I like giving a benefit of the doubt because I don't work there. I'm not an ICT expert or specialist. But for me to begin to be able to say, oh, it was deliberate, I can't say that. Thank God, like I said, the issue is before the law court. They have brought in their experts, the ICT specialists and all the rest. They have brought in forensic experts. So all these ones will look at the evidence and look at the beavers. And then at the end of the day, Nigerians were able to know what actually happened. But after that, I think as at yesterday, over 98% of the presidential election results have been uploaded. Now, back to the issue that what the results that were announced is different from what is on the portal. At times, I want to disagree. Because presidential election has 5 stages of collation, which begin from the polling unit. And at the polling unit, the organ in charge is the presiding officer. And at this polling unit, you have party agents registered with INEC because their lists were submitted to INEC, they were verified, they were trained, and they were mobilized to such places by their respective parties. At times, some of these party agents are sellouts. They are turncoats because of poverty. And that is why when they are mobilized by other political parties, for example, they turn their eyes the other way and then they allow manipulation. It happens. That is why they sign result sheets at the polling units only for the same result sheets to be disputed at the upper levels of collation. That is inconsistency on your part. Number 2, it is expected that at the end of balloting, there is sorting of the ballot papers arranged in the order of the political parties. There are 18 political parties, and then they are counted openly for each, ballot papers are arranged in favor of the recipient political parties or candidates. And then results are announced. And then these results are entered into Form E-C-8A, which is the result sheet. At the end of the day, political parties agents, they sign. It is after the signing, a copy each is given to party agents and security agents present. And of course, the beavers is used to snap the result sheets and then transmit it. So what I'm saying is if the party agent has the raw results from the polling unit, which is a true reflection of what actually took place, that is supposed to be an incontrovertible evidence. Because it is expected that agents in all the polling units, 176,166 that elections took place out of the 176,846 polling units across the country. So if you have all of this, there's no need browbeating or trying to drown, the roof. Quietly gather your team of lawyers, ask your agents at the polling units to come with the originals of their Form E-C-8A, and then you do your own collation. You do your own collation. This is what you are going to present as evidence at the tribunal as your defense. No agent now, what we just said, I watch in the social media, is, what we have is different from what has been uploaded. I don't think INEC will be so stupid. I'm not saying INEC is a saint or that INEC is people by saints. No. There's a collation at the polling units. Then at the ward units, nobody complained. Then at the local government, no complaints. At the states, no complaint. You not get to National Collation Center, you are complaining. I mean, we need to look at the matter, the issue, critically, because I like looking at issues dispassionately, devoid of sentiments, honestly, and that is how I do my things, and that is my belief. There have been places where overvoting took place. You saw what happened in Osun. That the appeal court has set aside a date for the ruling. Not until the last is heard will not know at least the importance that the advancement, the credibility that INEC brought into the conduct of elections with the introduction of beavers. Let me tell you, it is for the first time in the history of elections since 1999 that 7 sitting governors will lose elections in their bid to go to the Senate. Before now, it will not happen. If it happened in 1999, I mean, in 2019, I'm telling you, all of them would have sailed through. Elections would have, results would just have been entered for them. But now, with the elimination of the incident forms and the introduction of that beavers, whether you like it or not, to me, the beavers, even though there were manipulations, and that manipulations, I'm telling you, they will fail if they examine forensically. Because on that thing, one, it will accredit you, take the number. Then at the end of the day, it will transmit. And the verification as a voter is done in 2 ways. Either with your fingerprint, or they'll take your image, your visuals, and then your details for that. Because I voted, and that's exactly what happened at my polling unit. And so, my brother, the idea that there are conflicting figures and all the rest, if you have your case, don't fight. Don't bring down the roof over anybody's head. Just gather your evidence, monumental evidence like claim you have, and go to the court and display it. Yes, it depends on the dexterity of your lawyers, the intelligence of your lawyers.
Does it really only depend on the intelligence, or let's use another word for it, the capacity of the lawyer to be able to win this case?
Wow.
If the INEC operation can almost be seen to have been manipulated by some powers that are in play, can we say that the Nigerian judiciary is actually free to interpret the law and able to give justice in a situation like this? There is a lot of things really in play here. You did make mention of the fact that, yes, some of the results were actually uploaded. Not that none of them were uploaded. But this is some of the things that were happening. It that some of the results that were actually uploaded, they were blurred out. They couldn't even be visible according to some of the report that we see. Did you hear something like that? Or maybe those are just rumors, that some of the results that INEC uploaded to the server were not even legible?
Yes, they happened actually. I saw some. Some were actually mutilated. Some were illegible. Some were blood. But what I am saying is that there is an original. What is uploaded, even if it is original, is like a bromide or a photocopy. But the agents have the original that is not blood. Even before the mutilation, like it happened in some places, even before the mutilation, the one that was given to the party agents or the security agents, were they mutilated? Because the tribunal can favor the security agents to produce the results in their possession. At least if the party agents compromise with the security agents, not one, not two, majority. Because before I retired, I was a member of the ISES, Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security. And, all security agencies, even including the paramilitary, they were members. So all of them that were at any polling units is entitled to a copy of the results at the polling units and at all the collation centers.